Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. We're on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny, and we're on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Okay, I'm back with the Four Seasons book, the journal that I'm working on using the Betty Crocker cookbook. Now, I'm still having trouble with this top guy here, and I tried to bend it myself. I did kind of mar it a little bit. Not too bad, I guess, but it won't stay. So it does cause these to kind of, I'm kind of afraid that it's going to tear. So, I had all those other ones. The problem with that is I didn't realize that even though these 5 rings are all punched the same, maybe I did tell you this before, but the pages are different sizes. So, an example. Let's see if we can find one. So here's an example. This page came out of the garden book that is 5 ringed, and this one came out of this cookbook, so it's much bigger. And so everything I've sized is to the bigger one, like these and such. So I looked on Marketplace and I found several, and I reached out to 2 people. Oof, I hate having to buy another one, but I'm just liking how this one is working. So I reached out to see what would the shipping be, and that's where it gets you, is that shipping. So we'll see. In the meanwhile, I'm just full steam ahead, so to speak, and I haven't talked to Joey about if I can get that fixed or not, but it's just, I think what's happened is, it looks like this one is just so loose and it just keeps moving. So I'll be tender with it and hopefully be able to get another one. The ones that I've looked like on Marketplace are a good deal, but still way more than I ever spend on these. So, but we'll see, because I have a feeling this is going to be quite a wonderful journal once we get it done. So I'm going to set it just to where I can reach it. Maybe I'll pull out this tray over here and put it over here so I can reach it quickly. Oh, I forgot my trash can. Let me grab that real quick. Probably need it. Okay. So my mind is a little bit all over the place. Keep this out. Some of the things I wanted to do is reinforce the holes on these, and I don't think, really on everything that I want to just put another piece of paper. I may just use hole reinforcers on some of these. And I couldn't find, I'm kind of a mess, I couldn't find my white reinforcers. I could only find the ones that I colored, and I was thinking about coloring some. Here's, let's see, are those, no, those are all used up except for those brown ones. I was thinking about making some that looked kind of orange and, kind of a deeper color like that, so that we could put them in autumn. So, and they're so fun to do. So I need to just grab some more. Thankfully, they're not that expensive when you go to the office area, supply area. But I may use some of these today. We'll see. So I've got those out. So I'm thinking about, reinforcing these. And also thinking about, I want to use some of these larger pages. Uh-oh. Oops, sorry. I've got my camera on top of my papers. Oh boy. I hope that didn't mess you up too bad. Sorry about that. Get you dizzy. Okay. Hopefully that's good. So I have some bigger papers that I'd like to use in there. Some ledger type of things. Look at this one. Thought that would be fun in there. 1938 to 39. Members of Board of Education. This would be a fun one. Got this I pulled out. This is Abe Lincoln's house. I pulled that out of my Homes of the President book I picked up. I think I got that book for a quarter or $1 There was a sale. I don't remember which one that one was. And then these came out of the Homes, the Most Beautiful Villages of Tuscany book that I just got. They're on the shelf right in front of me, so I'm looking at them. And I thought these would be good in the journal too. So I'm trying to figure that all out. I wanted to start with this ledger. Okay, so I'm going to set those over there. Set these pages on top. Okay, and then I got out some floral just in case we need it to do something with. So I'm going to set those next to me over here. Okay, so this was my idea. Oh, and I got some scrapbook paper out because I thought as we go through, if we wanted to put some things in, you know, either winter, fall. There's some more for fall. That could be anything. Fall, winter probably. Let's put that for winter. This is some wrapping paper. I thought that was pretty. That could go with winter. And then I've had this. Joey got me this, a little kit one time. I had to have it, and then I got it, and I hoarded it. So it's older. It's from Authentique. The collection is Cultivate, and it's two-sided. Isn't that pretty? 2020. Oh, is that all? Huh, I feel like I've had this forever. Gosh, that's interesting. Yeah, I feel like I've had it forever. But I thought this would be neat to put in the summer, somewhere maybe around, you know, in July-ish, you know, to do maybe as Americana. And then I found this bunny scrap. I thought that was super cute. How long have I had this? 2020. This is Graphic 45. That's pretty. That would go into spring. And this would go in winter. This is scrapbook paper. I was like, is that wrapping paper? Scrapbook paper. The Paper Studio. Probably got that at Hobby Lobby. 2008. Anyways, I thought that would make a cute page in winter, you know, for Valentine's. So I thought we'd do some pages, but I want to get this put in the journal. And my thought was, since it was school related, that I would put it in fall, in the autumn part of the book. Okay, so so here is my thought. My thought is I want to fold this to make it a big enough seam. Hope that's pretty straight. Looks straight on each end. Anyways, what I want to do is put a large enough seam to where the paper, the ledger paper, doesn't get caught in the 3 or the 5 ring that we're doing. So I think that's probably straight enough. So basically it would be like this. I have to decide what I like better. I think I like this end better. Okay. Be like that. I'm just winging it all. Everything is a big wing. Because I've never made one of these before. Okay, I'm going to put, that's a nice scrap. I'm going to put that over in the scrap bowl, which what am I trying to say? Masterboard is coming up. It's on the horizon. I can't take, maybe even tomorrow, I can't take all those scraps. Some of them, I just need to weed them out and use them on a masterboard, or, you know, give them a toss. So I'm knocking that white back. I don't really want that, especially how vintage this paper is. So this paper won't fit all, you know, snug in the seam like the other ones that we did. It'll sit out so that we can fold it. And I'm hoping, I forgot to check to see if that paper was going to crumble. If it does, we may use this to seam it or to reinforce the fold. So we'll see. I still haven't sprayed down my table and cleaned it. I usually do that every couple of days. Forgot about it. Okay, so basically what's going to happen is my thought was to fold this up. Let's see if I'm pretty square on this side here. And hope that it doesn't. Oh, it might. It might crack. If it does, then we'll reinforce it. Okay, but let me just see. How wide is that? Oh, that's pretty wide. I didn't realize it was so wide. We might take a little bit off, because that's going to push that out like that. Okay. Might take off this part here. Just leave a little border. We'll see what happens. I love that part. I'm keeping it. Okay. See, my thought was to put this right like that and put it in there, and then that way this would still open. But I think we're going to have to take this margin off too. Stink. Take it off to make it just not poke out. I just love the edges of that. Let's see if this is going to work. Okay. I'm going to try it. See what happens. I think I'm going to, since I tore off that yum caramely part, I think I'm going to edge this a little bit. Okay, my mind's going here trying to figure out, am I doing what I wanted to do? Is this what I wanted to do? All right. Let's see if my mind is doing it right. Okay, I think I'm going to use art glitter glue just because I want a little fine line. I feel like I haven't been in here in a while. I was in yesterday, but you know I did the flea market find about town and all that. Okay. I think that's about right. think that went just a little bit too low. I'm going to cut it off because I think that's going to be quicker while that glue is drying. Ah! Glue is drying. Yikes. Oh my goodness, come on. Gotta glue it together. There we go. Alrighty, come on now. Okay. Golly, got right into things. I hope everybody's doing good. Having a really good day and a good summer or autumn, fall, whatever season you're in, wherever you're at. And getting a chance to craft. Hope that's on the horizon for you. I'll just go across here and across here. I just wanted to welcome all the new people and tell you welcome to our little yellow house. Wish you guys were here in person. That would be so fun. Might have to get some folding tables or folding table and chairs out though. Okay, now let's put our, boy, a lot to do about not much, huh? Need to remember how I did this for the long pages if this is what I want to do next time. I don't know if I'll be able to see this. I've just been kind of drawing the bottom of the circle on because I want to make sure that I'm punching the hole right, and I don't think I need to go all the way around because my hole punch isn't actually as big as the well, I guess it would be about as big as a template, but if I punched through that template a couple of times, then the holes are a little bit larger. So okay, now I could sew that, and I might, I don't know, where's my eraser? I don't like probably wouldn't be able to see it, and probably the metal from the rings would turn it anyways, but okay, so that's what I wanted to do, is be able to have that to turn down. So let's see what happens. So that's going to go in the fall. That's spring. This is summer, and this is going to be our fall, autumn, fall. So why don't we just put it here just for fun and see. We may have to rearrange at some point. So it fits in there. Let's see what happens when we close it though. Might poke out. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, it does. It's poking out a little bit. It's poking out a little bit. Well, should we just fold it in? See if the paper can withstand that. If not, we'll reinforce it a little bit somehow with something. I'm just using that soft edge to go against it so that it doesn't tear it too much. And then normally we slice that corner out, but I want to leave as much as I can about this old ledger, so I'm just going to leave that corner. Okay, so here we go. We're in back to school here, 1937, 38, 38, 39. Marion, Irma, Alice, Dale, William, Mrs. Lonnie Hill, Marion, Charles, Paul, Chaz, Delia, Roy, Francis, Lily, Nell, and Mrs. Ed. Okay, I think that'll work. We'll see. I'm nervous about this thing. Every time I turn it, I forget, and then the second I turn it, I think, darn it, why did I do that? Okay, let's go ahead and make some pages while we have these out, and then that way we can get rid of a few things. And I've got my big cutter here. It hasn't been completely behaving. Where is my... Ah! Do you hear that? Ice cream truck. Playing the Sting. Anyways, I take this little brush and I clean that little valley in there, because I don't know if that, look at all that dust, I don't know if that is what's keeping it from cutting good or what, but it's, or if it's the paper. You may remember that I changed papers and I went with one that was, I don't know, more earth friendly. I don't know, maybe it's the way it was processed or something. I like it for one reason, is because I like the way it paper dye, or it coffee dyes, but it gets so clogged up in here I can barely cut it straight. Okay, let's see. So this is 6 inches, but we know we can go a little bit bigger, so let's go, well, this has a little bit of a thing here, so let's go 8 inches here. Take that off. Okay, that cut nice and smooth, that's good. And then this lengthwise is about 9.5. Let's go ahead and do that. 9.5. That cut nice. Okay, so that's cute. We can put that in for springtime. Okay, what do we say that was? 8, 9.5, 8 by 9.5. Okay, so there's another one I wanted to do. Here's one. So we want to go 8. Let's take this off real quick. That cut nice. I always save these. I don't know if you've ever seen that I use these to ruffle on top of. It makes it really easy, and then when you go to put it on your book, you have something to glue if you're not going to sew. 8. 8. Okay, that's so pretty. Oh yeah, that went perfect. And then I'm going to go by 9. What did I say? Why can't I remember? 9.5. All right. So that's another spring one. And this one for summer. Poor ice cream guy. He's not going to get much business on this little old farm road. Okay, so this way is 8. Okay. And then we're going to go 9.5 this way. Okay, that's good. Here's an autumn, but I was thinking I'd save that to do like maybe to help put some of these other pictures in. Okay, so these, wonder if I could punch all of those at one time. Ooh, I wonder. Let's try it. Okay, I'm trying to think what is going on. My oldest daughter came and had coffee with me this morning. I made well, I say I made biscuits. It's the frozen ones that you put in, and they make you look like you made fresh, homemade biscuits. All right, empty that out. So I cooked those. They're so good. They're very impressive looking. Made those. And we had it with honey, and she had some plum jam. And we sit and watched funny videos together, which is something that my youngest daughter started with me. When she comes to visit, she always has a handful of TikTok videos that she wants me to watch, and we sit on the couch and watch them together. So she had turned me on to this TikTok station, which I didn't have TikTok. So believe it or not, today this old girl downloaded or uploaded or whatever the kids are calling it, TikTok. And I'm just tossing this in the middle here. And then we'll do something with it. Add to it or something. Anyways, I put it on because I wanted to show my oldest daughter what my youngest daughter had shown me. And so we sat there and ate and laughed and stuff. We watched a TikTok guy. I don't know what you call him. And I can't think of what his handle is or call out or whatever. I'm so out of it. I don't know any of it. Anyways, but basically what it's called is the Parking Lot King. And this guy, now I do want to say there's some swearing, so be aware of that. But in general, it is just fun and games. So basically this guy is up in an apartment building, and he looks down. Did I already tell you guys this? It sounds familiar now that I'm saying it, but maybe I didn't. If I did, fast forward. You may be fast forwarding anyways. But anyways, so this guy is in this apartment, and it's above, across the street is a parking lot. And this parking lot it's a small parking lot. And it's, I want to say it's in New York somewhere. Anyways, this small parking lot goes to an elementary school. And so the teachers all park in this small, and they all have these big vehicles, because they probably have children like my daughter does, and so they have to have a vehicle big enough to transport their own kids. And so they all show up in this tiny parking lot and just park any which way they can get in there. So they're like double and triple parked. And so every day he does a parking lot update and shows, what everybody's doing in the parking lot, who's got what parking, good parking space. I mean, it's just one of those mundane things that's fun to watch, funny. I don't quite know what I'm going to do with this one. And I think it's going to be too big to cut off here, but I'm going to try it. Just have a little edge that needs cut off here. And then maybe that'll make it easier for me here. Maybe. Anyways, pretty funny, and he gets really into it. So it's just one of those things, like if you have nothing to do, nothing, maybe you're just having coffee and you just want to giggle a little bit. It's a funny watch. Okay, this one I think I want to put in the fall, in autumn, because it looks cold out. I don't know why it looks cold to me, although there is this thing here. But for some reason it looks cold to me, and they're still drying their laundry out. So I'm calling it autumn. All right. How are we going to get this in here? It's about the right size as it is. Maybe even too big once it's all closed up. Yeah, it's going to be too big. Pardon me. How about if we turn this back on itself here, right down that line there. I like that. And then we put something on this page. So this one, I hate to cut it off, but we're going to have to. Let's put a little line there. Yeah, so anyways, that's what we did. We sat and watched that, and I need to tell my youngest daughter that I got her sister stuck on it. We just giggled. Nothing more fun than giggling with your girls, you know. Then I went and got my granddaughter from school. And then this is going to open up. But I feel like we could put something else here. Something else there. Let's look at our flowers. We'll get this one. I wonder if we have something that's kind of autumnish. Autumny. So I went and picked her up. Then I took her home. Her older sister was working. And so this is a possibility. Her older sister was working, so it was just her and the boys. Oh yeah, this is pretty. Might not be oriented right though. And but will it fit? No. See, it's not the right orientation. So it was just her and the boys were home, my grandsons, and so we played a game. It was a little game called Bologna, and the cards looked like, you know, a slice of bologna. It's pretty fun. And I don't mean to brag or anything, but I won. So, and I'm not really thrilled about winning because honestly, some of the questions that it asked, it's one of those games where whoever turn it is pulls a card, asks a question on the card, and then there's 3 answers, and the person that drew the card can give one of the 3 answers, and one of them is the correct answer, one of them is a fib, and then one of them is just a whopper or flat out lie. Well, you know, the older you are, the more you know, typically. That's pretty. And I just happen to know a lot more information than the littles did, and so I was able to win. I think they were ready for that game to be over. Man, it was a long game. Okay, this one's a possibility. So is that yellow this, but what's in here? Is this... That's pretty. That's very pretty. That is from... Now, I don't know if that's the price now, and I don't even know if by Lilabelle Stationery is even still part of Etsy, but that's what it was when I bought it, and I have no idea how long ago that was. But you could search it and see. If I think about it, I'll put it in, but we're going to use so many different things in this journal. I don't know that I'll be able to keep up on it all. I really want this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. Okay, let's move all these over. Oh boy. I mean, it's a slow process, but it's fun. It's really fun. Slow process because it's just like any other, you know, when you're doing a junk journal. If you're not using all, if you're not using all digitals, you know, it can take you a little time to figure it out. Plus, if you're doing a journal that's not a typical size, or you're wanting to put different sizes in, you know, it can take you a little time. That's pretty. In the pile. Okay. Now let's see. Oh, you know what? Oh, guess what? Look what I got. Walnut stain. Do I have an extra? No, I don't have an extra dauber. So I'm going to just use the end of this one. Oh, that's pretty. It's not just dark brown. It has kind of a rich, I don't know the color. I don't know what color to tell you. It's there's a richness to it. Whereas the Vintage Photo has a teensy bit of an undertone of maybe orange or yellow. This one doesn't. It's very, very rich. I think what I'm going to do is this crease. Okay. All right. And probably this too, because see all that white. Okay. Fun. Okay, now let's get this on here. About out of my Oohoo. I have to get a new, oh gosh. Get a new glue stick. Okay, so after we played baloney, the kids were tired. My daughter had told me that this has been last week was a really, really long week for them. They had a lot of things going on, plus they had Vacation Bible School in the evenings, and it was just a really long week, and then they went camping for the weekend, and it's just, they were exhausted. So I could tell. I picked up my granddaughter, and she looked sleepy, tired, you know. Oh, and I think I might have mentioned that she's taken a little class, summer school class at the middle school. It's a DIY class, and today she brought home a birdhouse that she had made and stained, and oh my gosh, it is so neat. So neat. Okay. Yikes, that's sticky. It's so fun to see things that they made. Okay. Now that doesn't look quite right up there. Let's take that off. Okay, well, we're not getting very far today, are we? I love it. I love it. And I think what I'm going to do is, let's find something. Let's see, what did I do? Let's see, here they are. I was looking to see if I could find something to put along the edge. I don't want to have to cut anything out necessarily, you know what I mean? So let's it's fall. We'll just use this. I think it'll be just fine. So I had a great time with the Grands. It was a fun game, and they were really good at it. Then it was lunchtime, and they were all scurrying to make their lunch. They're really good at that. I went ahead and came on home and made my lunch. Got a few things done. Need to go out and water the plants. I did a little spraying the weeds and stuff like that. And it's really hot today, but all day it's looked like it's going to rain, but it's not in the forecast actually. I had asked Joey, I think he forgot. I asked him if he would put out the tables for me to because we keep them in the garage, and something's wrong with my garage door opener, and so I was going to use his. But I think he forgot. It's just as well, because I kept thinking it was going to rain. All right, so we're going to glue this on. This we're not going to like leave an extra lip, because it's totally fine the way it is. We don't have anything folding down. That's the only reason I did that extra, is to allow enough space for anything to fold down, but we don't need that. I'm going to put the art glitter glue on here, because it's just shiny and it's right at a place that is going to get a lot of action. So now this one I'll put right up to the corner, to the crease. So, yeah, so the kids went to Vacation Bible School last week. Our church has it next week, so I will let you know how exhausted I am. I'm just a helper. I'm not leading anything, just a helper. I'm excited to help. I'm excited to work with this wonderful lady at church. Her name's Diane. I've never really buddied up with her with anything, and we're in the same women's Bible study, so it's going to be fun to kind of do something in addition with her and get to know her a little bit better. So I'm her helper, and she is doing, okay, that's summer, here's autumn. She is doing missions for Vacation Bible School. Oh, we gotta do punch our holes. So she's doing foreign missions and local, domestic and international, I guess that's what you say. I don't know how they say that. So I'm excited to learn right along with the children. And I'm excited to see littles. I love them. Love them. I'll tell you, I wish we had more babies at our church. I haven't been with a baby in a long time. Aren't they just so sweet, though? Just everything, every day, something new. Can't wait till one of the guys at church. Well, remember the other day when I had to make a double video because I had forgotten that a friend was coming by. Well, anyways, his daughter is due any day now. And so I forgot to erase that mark. Anyways, so yeah, we'll have a baby at the church. A brand new baby. Okay. Now, I think what I'm going to do is go around the edge real quick so it blends a little bit. Yep, I'm mixing. Was trying not to mix vintage photo and walnut stain, but using the same dauber, I forgot. I was just going on the edge, but now I'm all over the place. Okay, I think that'll be a fun page. Okay, well, you know what? That's all I'm going to be doing today, is just adding pages in like this, just trying to figure out how to get them in. So see, you'll flip this over and then open it. You'll have this beautiful paper. Maybe we'll put I don't know, maybe we'll put a pocket or some writing space or something, but you know, you don't always have to have that. You can just have something pretty, and you know, maybe we can attach an envelope or something so we can keep all the pretty, and you can stash some stuff. Oh yeah, and then we did this one in the fall. So this is the one that I extended so that this could come down. We could keep as much of it as we could. We didn't get to keep it all, but we kept quite a bit. Get to read all of that, and then here's the back page of it. It's fun. Okay. Gosh, thanks so much for hanging out with me. And I know we didn't make a lot of progress, but hopefully, you know, some of the things that we did gives you an idea for, you know, maybe something you can do with your journals. We'll see what happens. I think I might continue to work on it just a little bit, get a few more pages in, and maybe tomorrow we'll do a masterboard. Unless it's super sunny. Well, I'm going to have lunch with my friend tomorrow. So, might have to, if it's super sunny in the afternoon, I may go ahead and coffee dye. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I've got so many things on my list. But thanks for hanging with me. And we really just appreciate you guys coming along with our little journey. And we just feel so blessed by all of you. And that reminds me to tell you that we do pray blessings over you. And we want you to know, each and every one of you, that you're so loved. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.